Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the June 15th school committee meeting at the high school. You can watch us live on YouTube, or you can view it on Mondays at 7 p.m. on Comcast Channel 8 or Verizon Channel 37. All meeting videos are also posted on the Millis Public School website under School Committee, and all times are approximate. We're going to start by a roll call attendance. Carrie Roach. Here. Mark Conroy is not here. I am here. Steve Catalano.
Present.
Denise Gibbons.
Here.
And Superintendent Mulaney.
Yep.
All right. Shall we start with the student rep? You want to hop up to the mic over there? Thank you.
So pretty short today, winding down the end of the year. So last day for the students is this Thursday. Will also be a half day for elementary, middle school, and high school. Interest meetings for various fall sports such as volleyball, cross country, and the soccer for next year are occurring or have occurred. So if you have any interest in those, please reach out to their respective coaches. And many emails have been sent out for job opportunities for sophomores, freshmen, and juniors in high school for summer jobs which involve the school. So if you have any interest in those, please check your emails and reach Ms. Harkey or any respective email senders. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great summer.
Have a good summer. See, not too bad first time, Jen. They'll both do it next year. Yeah, they'll do it together next year.
Judy, I forgot to ask if there's anyone here for open session. No one's in? Okay. Should we move on to our action items? The consideration to approve the school committee meeting minutes.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I make a motion to approve the the June 8th, 2021 Millis School Committee meeting minutes.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Consideration of a town request to use the Millis Public Schools school bus and waiver of related charges.
Oh, we didn't have to make them. I was going to say yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee. For the record, I'm Robert Weiss. I'm here today as the Economic Development and Planning Director. And today I've come to ask for the use of and a fee waiver for a bus and a driver. This would be on June 24th, the afternoon of June 24th. Also would like to invite you, some member from on behalf of this committee, if you wish to represent yourselves at the sessions that we're going to have for stakeholders in the town center. And that's the reason we're asking for the bus as well, is because the town is involved in a study, a comprehensive study, planning study for the town center, the area within Auburn, Curve, Union, and Main Streets. We would basically like to see what the future holds for our town center 10, 20, 30 years from now. The Urban Land Institute will help us in this effort through their TAP, which is a technical assistance panel of real estate, finance, planning, architectural, and other professionals who know all about land use and have done many of these studies for other towns, especially in the metropolitan area. June 24th, the panel, this is all going to take place 24th, the 25th, and the 28th, the Thursday, Friday, and Monday of the end of the month. On Thursday, they will talk to some of the town officials here, the panel will, and then they will take a tour of the area. And so we have found from past tours that doing it on a single vehicle is immensely important as opposed to doing it in several cars. This way we can give them a tour, tell them what they're looking at, and answer any questions that they would have at that time. The rest of the afternoon, well, that would be the late afternoon. The next day, Friday, they would be having the stakeholder sessions. That's what, inviting somebody from the committee if they wish to partake. This would be homeowners, landowners, businesses, people who have a stake in the town center and where its development will go many years from now. And they will come back on Monday, the 28th, to make a presentation to the select board and have also a listening session so that folks can, from all over the town, can participate and ask questions. And from that session, they will then send us, take all the information that we have sent to them, the tour information, the stakeholder sessions information, and they will send us a report and a few weeks later, and that will be the beginning of the planning that the town will do along with the private sector for what will go on in the town center. So that's why we're asking for the use of a bus on the afternoon of the 24th.
Madam Chair.
Mr.
Mr. Ways, how many people will there be?
We think about 15 to 20 people.
Okay, because I was going to say, if it's a smaller amount, the buses don't have air conditioner. So, but that's I don't think we have any other vehicle that's even close. I think the most we would have is 14, so.
Yeah, we thought of using one of the Council of Aging vans, but it's not going to be big enough.
Okay. Madam Chair,
Mr.
I make a motion to approve the waiver of a school bus rental fee over the course of 3 days, June 24th, June 25th, and June 28th, for the Urban Land Institute site visit.
Yes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
Madam Chair, I'm not sure, do we need to include the bus driver fee as well in that? The rental fee and the driver fee? Okay.
I think he said only the 24th. You mean.
Yeah, it's just for one afternoon,
Just the
actually.
24th.
Oh, you just need the bus on the 24th?
Just for one afternoon.
For the afternoon.
Jody, can I scrap and start?
Yep.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Catalona.
that's the OCD. I make a motion to approve the waiver of a bus fee and school bus driver wages on June 24th for the Urban Land Institute site visit.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Great.
Good luck.
Thank you all
Yeah, you're
very, very much. And
Thanks so much.
I hope we can see somebody represent the schools.
What time is it on the 25th?
The 25th, we have two sessions. They're 45 minutes long. First one would be 8:30 to 9:15
In the morning?
in the morning. Second session would be 9:30 to 10:15.
Bob, what hours do you need the bus on the 24th so I can let transportation know?
I'm sorry?
What hours will you
What
need the
hours?
bus?
At this point, I would think it's probably 2 to 4, I'm thinking.
And
It's
pick up here,
approximate,
pick
that's
up at Town Hall?
approximately. Yeah, I would start at Town Hall and end at Town Hall.
I'll send you a form if you have a question.
Great, thanks, Joe. Great,
Thank you.
Great.
thank you all
Thank you.
very, very much.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, the superintendent's report.
As far as in-person learning goes, that is continuing. We have a day and a half left. Our COVID numbers are excellent because they're 0, and we're hoping to make it to the finish line on Thursday. And I have some information on the return to school in the fall, as well as some summer programming. So I'll just run through that right now. So where we're at right now, for the next day and a half, we're going to continue to follow the DESE regs and guidelines for the 2020-2021 school year, which means we're monitoring symptoms and having people stay home when they're sick. We are still wearing masks inside the building and on school transportation. We're still practicing physical distancing within the building. and focusing on hand hygiene as well. Again, as we know, masks are not required outdoors, at school, on school property, and in those cases, we distance as feasible. For summer programs, our extended year programs, tutoring, et cetera, the state guidelines are that we follow the guidelines from 2020, 2021, which means there will still be mask wearing indoors, mask wearing on school buses, and there will be physical distancing in the programs. Again, if they're outside, they don't have to wear masks, they don't have to physically distance. With the new regulations, vaccinated adults, if they're not working in the program, do not need to be masked, and vaccinated adults can be in the same room unmasked with, if they're vaccinated, but if they're part of the program, part of the teaching and learning aspect with students, they're masked and the kids are masked. And then over the summer, we will not have an extended day program over the summer, but that will be returning in the fall, and we're preparing for that. And summer meals will continue to be available in the summer, and we'll be sending something out. Sean Fallon, our cafeteria manager, will be sending interested people a Google form, and they'll fill out the form and pick up their food for a 7-day period on Thursday mornings. So that will continue. I think that begins on June 24th is when that will start. Then looking ahead to next year, we are going to continue to have full in-person 5 days a week learning. The Department of Education is not allowing hybrid or remote learning next year. We're all back in full 5 days a week. They're removing the health and safety requirements, including physical distancing requirements, etc. There will not, in the middle and high school, masks will not be required. They will get back to us. Right now, they have not made a decision on elementary schools yet. And the DESE and the Department of Public Health will be looking at issuing further guidance over the course of the summer, and we'll stay on top of that. And again, we are awaiting the decision on masking in elementary schools. There's a commissioners meeting tomorrow that hopefully will have more information. And just in preparing for next year, we're very excited about it. We have these guiding principles as we prepare for the return. We are still making it a priority to ensure the health and safety of students and staff, and we'll work with those stakeholders to make sure our schools are safe. We want to make sure that, as always, we're supporting the highest quality programs and services. A main focus of next year will be addressing the educational gaps that occurred as a result of COVID. We'll want to address the social, emotional, and mental health issues that are the result of COVID. And we're going to have some federal funds. We're going to continue to have some federal funds to address these things. The Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Fund, the ESSER, this is ESSER 2, and the American Rescue Plan, Elementary and Secondary Emergency Relief, the ESSER 3. Those funds will be coming to us next year, and in fact, the ESSER 3 funds will be available up until October of 2024 to address issues that we're going to have to deal with because of the last 16 months. And, as far as the health and safety go, we had a very active health and safety committee this year, and that consisted of representatives of the administration, school health professionals, the Board of Health in town, and members of the Teachers Association. As necessary, we'll continue that. Hopefully, we won't have to meet as often as we did, but we have that mechanism to address health and safety. We're going to continue to follow the guidance and directives of the federal, state, and local agencies for social and emotional learning and the mental health and well-being of our students. You may remember a few weeks ago, we had Jim Johnson present to us about the Kyle Cares Foundation and their generous grant to help us partner with JED, the JED Foundation, to assess our mental health and wellness programming and services to help us improve our practices, do the things, continue to do the things we do well, and address things where we can improve. We'll continue to work with the police, fire, Board of Health, and municipal officials to share data and coordinate in response to any health issues that arrive. We'll continue to utilize the ventilation protocols we established this year over at Clyde Brown and with the air scrubbers here in the middle high school. And lunch will remain free of charge for any student during the 2021-2022 school year. As far as student learning goes, we will have additional support staff as a result of funding from the grants. So we will continue to have some learning facilitators and TIAS tutors to help students who might have gaps or might have unfinished learning in certain areas. So we'll use those positions to support those learners as a staff, teachers, sending teachers and receiving teachers will be in communication. So in other words, the second grade teacher is going to be in touch with the third grade teacher, focusing on what standards were addressed, what standards need more work, so that entering a new grade or a new class, students will get what they need. We're going to use a lot of benchmark and diagnostic assessments to inform our curriculum, see where the kids are at, and inform curriculum and instruction as a result of that. We've done a lot of that this year with the situations we've dealt with. We're going to continue that. We'll also have vertical PLC meetings. That's vertical, not virtual, and that's just coordinating among the grades to make sure we're hitting those most important standards. Clyde Brown will kind of relook at that literacy audit that was done a couple of years ago that we had to take a pause this year. We'll be back in track on that. And as I mentioned, the extended day program will return to a full program next fall. And next fall, we're going to see a number of changes at the administrative level. We're going to have a new middle school principal, Christopher Glenn. We'll have a semi-new high school principal, Mark Ordicki. We will have a new director of student services, Neely Urquhart, and a new director of curriculum, Maureen Knowlton. So a number of very positive changes at the administrative level. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Joan Lynn and Dr. Sue-Ann Marks for all they've done for the kids of our district and for the staff of our district as they are retiring this year. And then I'd like to thank the staff for all they've done this year to get us through this year. It's been nice over the last few weeks. I've received some letters and emails from some parents just commenting on the really outstanding work of their children's teachers. And it's nice that, that has been recognized for a very challenging year. I'd also like to thank the families of Millis for their support and patience as we, right down to the end, when we're calling half days because of heat, families were able to pivot and adjust and, meet the needs of the kids. So I'd like to thank the families for all they've done and sacrificed during this school year. And again, I'd like to thank the whole community for its, genuine support of the education and well-being of our kids. And again, one of the things that stands out in my mind that I think Mark or Dickie mentioned it a few weeks ago is the way the town turned out for the graduating seniors. And I think that's an incredible show of support and, a testament to the value that this town places in its schools and in its kids. So we're really looking forward to 2021, 2022.
A little more normal there, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right, so now we have a request from the town rec department. Do you guys want to come on up here?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good
evening.
Chris Fogarty, Millis Recreation Department Director, and
Okay, Director of Public Works. So I could just start briefly. First, I want to apologize for last week's snafu of the mix-up over not being here, but,
sorry.
yeah.
No
It's like,
problem.
ready to log into Zoom. What?
Surprise!
This is our actual, first
Yes, our first
live meeting.
So
We go-
thank you for having us.
Thanks for,
We go live starting next Monday, over at the town hall. So, I'll briefly start, and then Chris can get into the project. The Recreation Department and the DPW, we work together, mainly in, renovations and building fields and stuff like that. I think you could see that when you look at the town park. What we thought was gonna take us 5 years to renovate, all the ball fields with the backstops and the fields, it took us 15 years to, finally accomplish and get it done. We wanna thank the CPC, they gave, I applied for a grant through them, and this past spring, we spent over $100,000 on the backstops and the new infields. We renovated the 2 girls softball fields that, the school uses, the JV and the varsity softball fields. They were both renovated, and we also renovated the, Sisto 2, for the Little League fields. And backstops were put, I think you all can remember what the JV girls softball was. It was a disgrace that kids had to play like that. But that's finally taken care of. Through this process, we've been working with a gentleman that Chris will, give. I don't know if she'll give the name or anything else like that, but that's been looking to donate. He wants to erect some sort of a small type basketball court for younger kids. And we've been working on this for 3 years,
Yeah.
at least 3 years, and we didn't really pursue or move forward because the Clyde Brown was still there, the building was still there, and the renovations, weren't done. They hadn't torn it down yet. And we thought of every spot to put this small basketball court. We thought of putting it up in the hill, in between the mobile and the Clyde Brown, the soccer field, the lower soccer field. And we just couldn't do it there because there's not a well, but there's, the water runs underneath that, and it's a cement block. So we really couldn't drill the basketball poles in the ground and stuff like that. I did talk to Terry on Wednesday about this. I think I hopefully, gave him a little bit more insight. I know he had a couple of questions about, what we actually wanted to do. But I'll let Chris explain exactly what we're proposing, and hopefully you'll give us permission.
So back in 2018, a longtime resident, Mr. John Welch, donated a $11,636 to the Recreation Department, which the town accepted, to build some sort of small court in memory of his son, who passed away in 2018. Again, went through the school system. I think actually, like, Sisto Field has something to do with the Welch family. So again, we looked, there was renovations, and of course the COVID hit, and then I said, I have to get this done. This man who has been fantastic and wonderful, I've been in touch with him for the past 3 years. Sir, we haven't forgotten about you, we're just kind of, waiting everything out. He was very understanding, and we kind of looked around and said, this would be perfect in the parking lot where the vans are parked currently at the school. And I kind of measured it out, I looked at it, and I just thought, it's 4 spaces, right at the end. We wouldn't put any fencing on it, we would just paint it. It would be accessible if there was some overflow and vans or cars needed to park there. I just want to get this project done for this man, and I'm hoping that you can help us out and allow us to paint 4 spots and put 2 small basketball hoops there.
Madam Chair. Are the basketball hoops for, like, are they lower, or are they for smaller?
Yes.
They're smaller kids. Will
Yes.
that, if we have to park a van there, will it be in the way, or like
They'd be recessed
how?
back.
They could be, I guess,
Yeah,
recessed
we'd
back.
recess them back, that the hoop would still be in back, they wouldn't be overhanging.
I'm trying to, I'm gonna whip through and see if I have, like, actually the measurements of what the small, junior, what is it, 48 inches? I don't know, is that right?
Yeah.
If they're,
it's-
so with their backs, they wouldn't, like, overhang the spot, is what I'm.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the gentleman did ask, we thought, originally when we first designed this, we were gonna put 2 large basketball hoops, and then the other way, we were gonna put 2 small ones, and it just got, way out of whack. And the big thing is, we won't have to asphalt this, we're not asking anybody for any funds for this, we would use the funds for the basketball hoops, and between the recreation and the DPW, we'll pay for the painting of the spots, and we'll maintain it. And it's just, he wanted it for, because he remembers, and I'm sure we all remember, all our kids playing down at that, all 900 kids playing
Yeah.
soccer on the
Soccer
Saturday and
field.
Sunday in the soccer
Yeah,
field.
yeah.
And,
For like the siblings, something for the
Yeah.
siblings to go do
Yeah, yeah.
while they're,
and now that you don't have the, the firewall, the walkway there, there's no place for anybody to go. And he thought that this would be a great idea, that, an itchy kid, take him up to the basket and let him throw a basketball, while everybody else is playing. And that was the main reason. We did even look at putting it, but this is still it would still be your property, moving the container and actually
Yes.
putting in there, but then the cost of the asphalt, it would have made the project, we would have had to have gone
just
to
exceeds
ask for it.
the
right?
money, and then we'd have to ask for more money, and anyway, just trying to work with what we have, and, I don't know, any questions?
So, sorry, Madam Chair. So you're not asking us to give up the land, you're just asking us for the use of the land. You're just gonna
Yes.
paint it, we can still park there if need be, and the little kids get to shoot basketball.
Yes.
And we would just ask Sandy if she could make sure the vans were, mainly during the weekend,
On the weekend.
that they were just, the spots were open.
Do you have spots back at the DPW for the vans or buses? Because we've lost spaces there, as you know.
Right, well,
So it would be nice if we could, I know you may be in the middle of a construction
Right.
project, I don't know exactly where you are.
So the
but-
buses all have their 10 spots. So the site was designed for 10 bus spots, for the large buses. The site was never designed down there for vans. It was never designed to have vans parked down at the DPW site. It was always just for the large buses.
So, in your rethinking of this, of asking us for 4 spaces, can you find 4 spaces?
No. No, because there's, what you have to, there's DPW workers, and there's the 10, the people that come to pick up the buses, they need their spots also. So the site is so constrained that there would not be, and actually, I mean, when we say that there's no vans parked down there, we all know that, there are vans parked there every day, and nobody throws them out. Nobody asks the vans to leave the DPW site. There's actually 2 of them parked down there right now with the large bus, even through the construction phase of it.
So the issue is, as much as I want to accommodate you, and I want to find, this seems like a very worthy cause, our spaces are limited, and I want to make sure that we're making the right decision, so we don't start something and then have to pull it back, because that would not be the right approach. So I know here that you're looking for approval tonight. I have concerns about future use of the spots. We had a discussion last week with the business manager about the potential going over to hybrid vehicles or electric vehicles and what impact that would have around charging stations. So this is a worthy cause. I'm not denying that at all. I understand your sense of urgency, but we also, quite frankly, we had that land promised up until this month to a skate park. We gave someone, was it 2 years or 3 years?
2.
2.
Give them 2 years to
So
fundraise.
the reality is, it was promised for a skate park, and in the long run, as much as I'd like to see the skate park, it gives us a little more breathing room on the spaces. So this is a small amount, but that would be my concern, is that not the worthiness of this project or your desire to work with this resident in a good cause. It just, we have to be concerned about our land and our uses of it, and we don't want to start something we can't finish.
Again, you wouldn't be losing the space. You could still park there.
All 4?
All
Yeah.
4. We're just painting it.
Just painting it.
Just painting.
So how do
No
the
fence,
rims
There's
go?
no fence. I'm not putting anything in, just the hoops.
So so based on the explanation tonight, sorry, Madam Chair, based on the explanation tonight, it seems similar to what we were proposing to do in the back lot over here with Mr. Hoop, with a company where
No, they ran away, you can say that.
it was where and actually it's a
So
little
is it
bit
right here and here?
exactly. So it's off the asphalt. It's on the grass area. The hoops are like installed there. The parking spaces are painted for a basketball court, jump in. And
Yes.
and they can play on those, and then we can still park there. But the ask is on the weekend, if we just don't park there on the weekend, so that weekend play is open, and if we could do it, after school hours too, I would maybe say that'd probably be a good idea too.
Mr. Wigan, I don't want to make you go up, so I will,
Here, do you want this?
do you have any concerns about spacing based on the conversation we had last week? It's like a lounge act here, Mike.
It is a lounge. That's right.
I feel like I'm doing karaoke. No,
Please don't.
so the way I see this is, I was concerned about permanent parking of vans that would all be electric or flex fuel, and I would need charging stations. I've counted up the available spaces that we would have for that, and I'm comfortable we would have enough spaces. Would I see these 4, what are currently spaces, which would be repainted, is that's where some of our drivers would park during the week. So that on the weekend, theoretically, there's no cars there. They're open. It's an open space, and it's available for what the purposes that the Recreation Department is requesting. So I actually don't think there's a problem here. I think it works for our long-term needs. I think it works for what they're requesting, and quite honestly, I think I would endorse the purpose.
So from a facility standpoint and
From a
operation
facility
standpoint, you have
purpose.
no concerns?
I have no concerns.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
It's all for the love of the children, folks.
You're getting close, don't push it, Chrissy, don't push it.
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Ms. Gibbons.
I make a motion sorry, give me 1 second. I gotta make sure I do this
newsletter.
I got it. Thanks. Sorry.
Sometimes paper is helpful.
Uh,
Sometimes the technology is
I'm
pretty
saving trees over
Well, then-
here. It's about kids and trees here tonight. I make a motion to authorize the Recreation Department and the Department of Public Works to construct a court in the parking lot using 4 spaces as marked by the overhead diagram.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
So just so we're clear, we're not, we will not lose, so we're going to approve. It looks like we're about to approve, but we're not going to lose any of the 4 spots. We're going to have, that's the commitment from on your end, that the way this
There
will be
will be
constructed.
painting on it.
That's fine.
Yeah,
But
That's fine, but we're not losing the use of those 4 spots. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
thank you.
See,
Thank
we
you
do
very
love
much.
kids.
Thanks.
The school
Thanks
committee
very
do
much.
love kids.
Thank you.
Let the record show.
Yay, more
Thank you.
hoops.
I'm excited to call him.
He's gonna be very
happy.
excited.
Excellent.
Great.
That's
Super job,
great.
Chrissy.
That's
Uh,
great.
If I could just update the board at the DPW site, we're getting there. We're just waiting for, as I'm sure when you know with the school, you're waiting for materials.
Yeah.
COVID has pushed the project, it hasn't pushed the project back at all. The buses, we would ask, and Terry knows this, we will ask that the buses remain here probably through the good part of the summer. Right now, they are putting the plug-in stations, which will be helpful, which we discussed, if they ever turn into electric buses. So that's already gonna be built in. So the buses will pull in, straight into, when you go down there to the transfer station, they'll pull right into the hill. And they'll have 10 spots lined up there. Sandy's office is, it's not huge, but the building's not big. It is what it is. So the director will have her own space there. They will have their own facility. There will be a bathroom in there. For the bus drivers, that's their biggest concern, was when they come back from long trips, the building's locked up and they have no place to, no facility. So they'll have their own little space. She'll have her own office and a facility. Once we get something close, we'll invite you all down to take a look at it. But as you know, construction-wise, it's not ready yet, so we are getting there. And thank you very much.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Thank
update.
you.
Jim.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It looks like it's all, we're gonna update something on all the new business?
Oh, yeah. Earlier this year, you appointed me as the Millis representative on the Tech Collaborative Board of Directors, and that appointment was for the 2020-2021 school year. So the board needs a vote to reappoint for the 2021-2022 school year. They need a vote of the committee.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Catalano?
I make a motion to approve the superintendent as the Millis Public Schools representative on the Tech Board of Directors for the 2021-2022 school year.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
You sure you want to do it?
Thank you.
All right, and that brings us to the conclusion of our meeting. We have executive session.
If we don't,
No, we don't.
I don't know, there's nothing.
There's no folder or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mark's not here.
Right. We'll wait.
Yeah, just-
Yeah. No, fine. Nope. Okay.
I will take a motion to adjourn. Ms. Roach?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. This is a roll call vote. Ms. Roach?
No, oh,
Is it not?
that-
Only to executive session.
Only
Yeah.
to
Only to
executive.
executive session.
well, you know what, let's do a roll call. What the heck? We can do what we want.
Oh, wait, sorry, Madam Chair. Before we adjourn, do we have any future meetings set?
I don't think we have any summer meetings set at the moment, do we? Yeah.
So I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're gonna have to have one set so that we can,
Yes, do transfers. We should,
Well, transfers and also to vote on accepting the latest round of negotiations that we're that we're
Yes.
concluding. So we have contract negotiations that are
when
coming
does
to.
that contract start? July 1st?
Yes. So we'll need one in June for transfers and for, right? You'll need one for transfers?
You wanna do it
Yeah.
in 2 weeks?
What's the latest you want? We don't have to do it on a Tuesday if it's a quick one. What's the latest it could be, Terry? I know you need some time to turn it around, but is that 2 days?
The 29th is the next, is in 2 weeks on.
That's
again,
only,
it
but
doesn't
that's
have
only
to be-
one day.
Doesn't have to be Tuesday, yeah. Do it on the 28th, which is a.
28th is a Monday, right? Does that give you time to turn things around?
I'm away, but you guys can meet I won't be in Canada.
Oh, I wasn't gonna ask. It's none of my business. It's none of my
We're
cons-
talking also to, once Desi comes out with their regulations, to update some policies, I'm guessing, before school starts.
Yeah, we could do that in August, though, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So the
That'd be
28th
warm.
could be a very efficient, quick meeting to go over.
Yes.
Do we have to go,
Could
so it
be.
has to be executives, part of it has to be executive session.
And part, yeah.
Part will have to be
Part
open
public,
session. It can be a
right.
working, it doesn't have to be on,
Yeah.
actually.
It
We should
doesn't-
do it on
should be,
camera.
yeah. Yes, I agree. And based on what happens in the legislature in the next couple of days, we might even be able to do it via Zoom.
Yeah.
It would be, it would be helpful to do that via Zoom, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
if we can. So,
What time will we post them
28th?
for? Yeah, the 28th, what time? Can we do 7? Does that work for people? You're not gonna be here, so you can stay.
7, sure.
Sure.
I'm sure write that down.
All right, shall we adjourn? It's been moved and seconded, roll call vote because why not? Carrie Roach. I'm a yes. Mr. Catalano.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ms. Gibbons.
Yes, please.
All right.
Look at you.
Do you want to end the meeting?
I'm a very
Oh,
positive
really?
person, Terry. That's impossible for me.
Say?